I had a stepdaughter that was living in Telluride, and in Gallup, New Mexico, we had an experience where we saw some patterns of lights, and these things followed me for about a week. Ending, and I sent you an image where I was off the 5 freeway in LA, and I literally thought I was losing my mind, and there was this egg-shaped thing that was floating right off the side of the freeway, and I got out of the car and started walking onto oncoming traffic onto the freeway, because at that point, if I got hit by a car or someone pulled over or the cops came, at least they could tell me that I was crazy and that thing wasn't where it was. A car pulled over, and a Hispanic family pulled over, and the lady gets out of the car, looks at the thing, and she starts going, "Hey, what you got?" Starts praying, hugging her husband. My ex-wife gets me in the car. We get in the car, and then we go around, because we go around the 5, and it's still on top of this hill. I see a helicopter. It's like this, a helicopter going like this, comes up to it, and it pulls away. So I get out of the car. She's screaming. I run up the hill. 2 cops show up, right? 2 state troopers show up. Guy comes up. I look crazy. Guy goes, "Okay, let me see your IDs, whatever." And I go, "Okay, I just want you to answer a question." He goes, "You're acting real funny." I go, "Yeah. Here's my ID." Looks me over and goes, "So what are you doing up on this hill?" I go, "I'm just looking at something. Can I ask you a question?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "What's that thing?" And I point up to it. He didn't even look up at it. He just goes, "That's a planet." Goes back to his car, gets in, and goes chasing after it. Okay? This went on for days. I thought I had lost my mind. I called the Art Bell Show. I called MUFON. So I'm more than qualified. I've had the experience. I spent a year and a half trying to prove it, calling the FAA, looking for anomalies, looking for the helicopter flight records. The guy was like, "Well, if you tell me what you're looking for." And I said, "Well, I'm just looking for any kind of anomalies in this area." And he goes, "Oh, like little green men." And I hung up the phone. So I've been through all this. I have friends that work in special operations. They've told me about these, the TR-3B years before. Like I know what we have, and I know what we don't have. And all I'm saying is, let's not focus on the beings, interdimensional beings, which I'm sure they are. But let's focus on, if we have these things and we have these free energy devices, let's figure it out. But I honestly don't think I don't think they know. It's like me traveling back to the 1800s and giving you a flash drive. You look at it as a piece of plastic. There's information on it, but you don't know what's on it. You don't know how to get the information off of that flash drive. I don't think that they have any idea. They're starting to get an idea with these psionic programs, but this UAP disclosure, it's a problem, especially in this country, when you have a number of politicians who are faith-based, and now they have to look at something and it has to fit within the confines of their religion or their beliefs. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing, though. When we talk about why these things haven't been disclosed, because the minute that the entire planet realizes that there's more to the universe than just us, religion and known science goes down the toilet, and it's terribly bad for business, right? I mean, we're run by a very interesting group of people that seem to care more about the 1% than the rest, right?
Yeah, but you're close, but you just missed it. But
okay,
what did I say earlier?
Gold.
Science might be the problem. They've become more of a religion than anything.
Oh,
Like
yes. In this
yeah,
case, 100%. It would be 100% guaranteed.
Yeah.
It would be a mad era. It really, really would. It really would.
It's like, like I said, like when I hear this, the laws of physics, I'm like, okay, what are you gonna write me a ticket? Like
that is too good.
What are you gonna subpoena me? I mean, get
Honestly,
out of here.
I'm not being funny, but you could just start a stand-up career in one of these places where you've only got to do a 3-minute set and ruin the whole place with that. You could just walk out there, say that, and you'd be done, man. That is too good.
It's so funny because it's sitting right in front of people's faces. I'm just like, what are you laws. I mean,
Well, you see, I agree with you. I mean, I often say to the side chat, the audience, right, that when we discuss the possibilities of these levitation engines and all of this stuff, people say, "Oh no, it's beyond our science." Well, that's because we're so conditioned to think within that box, right? And anything out of that box just isn't real, right? You're a fantasist if you go outside that box. But that box has been artificially put there just to control us and keep us off what's really going on. Do you
well,
not think?
well, here's the thing about being Iraqi and especially being in America, which is really, really tough. I get people that talk to me as an Armenian too. They're like, um, so do y'all believe in Jesus? And I'm like, listen, man, I know that Jesus looks like a Swedish biker, but that took place in my hood, homie. Like, I'm directly related to. I mean, I don't know where they think it's they're Norse. I have no, like, you know what I mean? Like, people are talking to me about like Christianity. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about, man? Like,
Jesus was
it.
Asian, wasn't he? Was Jesus not an Asian guy?
My mom reads and writes in Aramaic, buddy. Why don't you ask her? I mean, like, if people are like, well, the
I'm gonna
Aramaic
ask your mom.
translation.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
my
ask your
mom
mom.
reads and writes in. My mom reads and writes. She's Chaldean. She reads and
I'm
writes in
not,
Aramaic.
gonna ask her. I'm gonna take your word for it, mate. I'm not gonna phone your
Yeah.
mom up and be like, "All right, listen, hi, your son asked me just to confirm some facts here." No, I get. I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Would you like me to bring her in?
Yes, I would love for you to bring your mother in right now. I would love that. Right, please.
This can't get any crazier.
This is happening. This is happening.
Mom.
Well, folks, put a 1 in the chat if you think DJ EMILE is sane. Put a 2 in the chat if you think
Oh
DJ
no,
EMILE
I'll be
is
honest.
completely
This
bonkers.
is probably the most sane guest we've ever had. But he's got 1,000 terabytes of information stored on a 2 terabyte drive in his head, and it needs to all come out. It needs to come out now. Come out now. Okay, yes.
Got a mix
All
of
right,
ones
here we
and
go.
twos.
Here we go. Yes.
Okay.
I can't believe I just got called out.
You might have to turn your phone to the side so we can see you properly.
She just woke up. Okay, Mom.
Make your phone horizontal.
Okay, here you go, Mom.
Hello.
Hello, Mom.
How are you
How are
doing?
you?
Doing good, good.
Would you explain to them that you read and write in Aramaic? They don't.
No, I don't read or write, but I speak it.
She speaks Aramaic.
That's
I
your
speak
son.
it.
Your son was just
All
spreading
my
false
family
news about
speak
you.
it.
You said you're a fantastic mom and that you can write in and read this wonderful language. And I just wanted to hear it from yourself.
No.
And the man decided to shout his mum through to prove
Matter
his
of fact,
point. 10 out of 10.
all the Christian back in Iraq or Syria, we speak that language.
Okay, that's
We
awesome.
kept it.
Chaldonic Arabic.
Yeah,
And a lot of
I'm
people
from,
read or write it too, but I don't.
yeah, I'm from Scotland. We had our own language, Gaelic, and it got
Dram
wiped out.
Brula.
Yeah, Akira Mahashiv, brother. Akira Mahashiv, you know.
Okay,
it's all of
okay,
that.
Mom.
Okay, nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to
Don't
meet
ever,
you.
don't ever try to call me out.
Bring his mom on.
Don't ever try to call me out, bro.
I
I'm
ain't
telling
doing
you
it,
right
bro.
now.
I just got schooled on the art of don't mess with me. I will bring my mum in. Don't make me bring my mum in.
I don't.
What a legend, man.
I mean, I'm gonna come out to England. I'm telling you, like, but let's get to the UAP disclosure and let's talk about like the gold. So the gold part, right? All these people are talking about gold, but nobody talks about the fact how it's an absolute miracle that it's on this planet.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And that if you just simplify it and go, these people were just basically trying to feed themselves, and then all of a sudden they're gonna go and dig and look for gold. It doesn't make any sense, man. None of it, but what does make sense is that they were probably doing it for someone else or for another purpose. And I fully believe that
that does make a lot of sense. I mean, it does make a lot. Because why would you spend all your time digging up wads? I mean, unless there was just boulders of it sitting above
but it's not even a hard metal. It's soft. It doesn't. You can't use it for anything. I mean, other than jewelry. I mean, and they didn't have a wheel, dude.
Do you know, I think this is going to ruin my brain. I think I'm going to obsess about this gold theory for a while, Emile.
I
Because it
told you.
doesn't make any sense. Emile,
I told you.
why would they be digging up gold? Why? Why? It doesn't
Emile,
make
can
any
you
sense.
read? Can you read? Can you read that on the screen?
What does it say?
Parav ench pes essay.
Oh, Shane,
Inch peses, lavem.
Man,
So
why would they be digging up gold? It's useless. At that,
dude,
if you,
I mean,
if you
look,
haven't
I mean,
got-
if you
listen, if you've not got the wheel, right? What are you doing digging up wads of gold for? No
and by the
sense.
way,
No sense.
you got to dig a lot of dirt. I mean, if you
Oh,
see
you've got to dig, mate. You've got with what? With your with what? A stick?
right.
With what, mate? What you digging with?
And then to find a vein of gold is impossible. I mean, like they spend billions of dollars with these giant machines looking for it. I mean, you're telling me, oh, it just was like coming out of the no, I don't know.
It does have a point. Yeah,
I do.
He does. At the beginning, we all thought, ha, nutter, right? Now we're all like, oh,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to play anymore, man. I don't want to play. I want to play. I don't want to play. I want to play.
But again, like, so even with this UAP disclosure, let's not talk about the aliens and people are talking about they could be demons or what. No, listen, talk to me. Listen, let's go back to Bob Lazar. First of all, everybody owes him an apology. Like, I mean, what they put that guy through. I mean, seriously, like, you know, they erased his school records, called him a liar. Yeah, he owned a brothel. Yeah, he's had a shady past. But you know, it's like when we were talking to Oppenheimer, like even in the movie in his biography, he didn't hire the people in the Manhattan Project because he didn't want to hire them because they had shady past. He hired them not in spite of it, but because of it. And me and Shaun talked about that compromat, because later on, have people have it that have like shady past, you can use it against them later on. You know what I mean? Like humans are flawed. Smart people are flawed individuals. I'm one of them. Yeah, you know, like so. The other thing about science and religion that really bothers me, and this is something to think about, is that every one of these scientists go, well, a scientific method has to be repeatable and tested by multiple laboratories in different in different methods, right?
Yeah.
But what about Jesus? What if it's a one-off, man? What if Jesus is a one-off? Well, how are you gonna test a one-off?
The last thing I expected you to say.
I'm just saying, like, how are you gonna test a one-off, man? Like, it happened one time, homie.
I don't know. What about Jesus? This is a roller coaster, Emile. I'm telling you.
How are you gonna test? How are you gonna put Jesus through a hypothesis, man? It was a one-off. I mean, it doesn't. You can't apply this. I mean, this is the thing. Science is now the new religion. Again, sometimes things happen one time, homie. That's it. You know?
Okay.
Emile, before we came on, I asked you about your MK Ultra school, and you said you started to tell us. I said save it for the camera, but
man.
you've not told the viewers about your MK Ultra school yet.
Look, man. In the California school system, there's something called gifted and talented education. Okay, and all my life I've had Mensa member. I can I'm just a behavioral nightmare.
Wait, did you say you're a Mensa member?
Yes, sir. Do you want me to go? You want me to go grab?
No, I don't. Right? Okay, I do not. It makes a lot of sense now. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
now.
but this is the other thing. This is the other thing too. Is like they go, oh, you're a Mensa member. Have you been to their meetings?
All the time. Those guys can't. You can't go to a Mensa meeting without Ron being there, mate. Number one Mensa right here, my G. No,
buddy.
Never.
Half those people can't dress themselves and literally can't tie their shoes, bro. Like I wouldn't want to be in a room with those people like ever again.
The grant's pretty good though, right?
Dog. I mean, like I went to I went to
I
school
love
with a
this
kid.
kid.
I went to a school with a kid that was in the GATE program with me, right? And I'll never forget. We were at recess, and I go, we were we were we were playing kickball, and I go, listen, man, you're gonna. And this kid was up. I mean, I'm 130. He was like 156 IQ. He goes to kick the ball and he misses, and he's just like, okay, I failed. I'm like, but oh, sorry. He kicked it and it went in the air, and then someone caught it, and he goes, yeah. And then he ran to like first base, and then he was out. And he's like, well, I failed. I'm like, yeah, but before you knew that you were out, you were having fun. Yeah, but that's before I knew I failed. Like, this is the kind of kid that was in this program, and it was called the Gifted and Talented Education. And I knew his suspect. I had a teacher named Janice Morishita, and she saw that I was reading like Animal Farm and Fahrenheit and stuff by Philip K. Dick. And I was in 6th grade, and she took me to see THX 1138 at UCLA because that was Lucas's student film. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
You guys have never seen that movie.
My IQ's about 9.
Oh my God. Okay. Lucas made a movie called THX 1138. It's Robert Duvall, right? Everybody's bald, male and female, right? They live underground, right? And everyone's got a number. Like, this guy's number is THX 1138. Everyone has a job, an assigned job, and you go in front of this computer screen that has a picture of Jesus or whatever, and it's kind of like, how are you feeling, THX 1138? Well, I don't know. I'm not feeling. He's like, okay, take your medication. So he takes his medication. It's kind of like a dystopian future. Look, oh my God, there it is, dude. Mind you, I'm watching this movie. Go show up some clips. I'm watching this movie at the age of like 12, and anyway, he has an accident at work, and one of the guys goes, "Listen, I can get you a I'm explaining to you right now. So I can get you a job and I can get an apartment where we can live together." He goes, "No, you can't. That breaks the rules." So he stops taking his medication, and next thing you know, he starts having feelings, and he has sex with his partner, the woman that he lives with, and they put him in a room that has no walls, and they turn these knobs, and he goes, "Wee, wee, wee," and it goes, and it shows a number of whether or not he can be mentally fixed, or he's fixable, or he's not, right? And while he's in there, he says to this guy, "Listen, if one thing's a lie, it's all a lie. And I don't believe that because basically there's been a nuclear whatever holocaust on the surface." And he says, "Look, if they're lying about this, they're lying about everything. And I think the surface is a-okay." So he decides to escape. And in that movie, Shaun, one of the most look up THX 1138, a car scene. He gets in this rocket car. By the way, yeah, that car right there. And when that sound is the sound of the TIE fighters, so going, as he's running from the cops, see the guys in the silver things, right? There's a tally of how much the police chase is costing, Shaun. It's going $1,000, $2,000, and he's gunning the rockets and he's making a break for it. And the guy and the cops the whole time are going, "Don't run. There's nothing for you on the surface. There's nothing for you on the surface." He finally gets up and to where this place in this scene right here. He goes up to the surface, and the movie ends with him opening the hatch, and it's in a beautiful sunset. There's nothing wrong with the surface, bro. Shaun, my life was like that. My mind fractured. I literally realized it's all a lie, right?
And you were 6.
I was in 6th grade.
Okay, damn.
How old
Right?
is that for the UK?
I mean,
12.
I was like 12. Emil's my perfect match. Is he single? I am single. So understand this. She then takes me to a program, and she is at UCLA, and she gets me tested. and they take me to a computer lab. And mind you, we had just got Apple IIe's. I'm dating myself now. And I had figured out a way to take a capital C, right? Can you see this? A capital C and then a small c, and go like this: capital C, small c, and make a grid and make my own Pac-Man game through programming, right? At this
You
computer
must
lab.
have been a nightmare for your parents. I'm telling you this right now. As a child, you must have been a nightmare.
First of
Just
all,
sitting there tinkering away.
listen to the
tinkering away.
Saxon. Listen to the Saxon talking about immigrants. What parents, bro? My parents.
I just
What
met your
like?
mother.
What do you, they were like,
Just met her.
oh, you
That's
want, you want to take him somewhere? Go, take him. I don't care.
You don't care.
Let me tell you something. I was the last kid that was paddled in the California school system. My dad's like, oh, you want to beat him? Beat him. You know, like if you would, dude, my dad and I did not get along.
Honestly,
you know,
you're the best thing to come out of 2025 so far for me, Emile. I just want to point that out right now. You are it. That you are setting the bar for the rest of my year. This is where it's
this is the beginning. But again, they take me to this lab. They put on some computer diodes, and then they have me stare at these computer eyes. And I'm like, what am I looking at? They said, well, keep staring. And this went on for like an hour. And then a week later, me and some of the other kids in the GATE program, they go, we're going to computer camp. Right? And I'm, my parents are like, oh, get out of the house. I don't care, And I'm like, didn't occur to me. I'm like, wait a minute. They take us down Topanga Canyon somewhere. I can't be for certain, but there were these little cabins where they had computer servers set up, and they had us all. And I'm like, what does camping have to do with computers? Never put it together. And a lot of the guys that were in that program, one of the guys I was talking about, Landon, ended up working on thorium fluoride reactors. Thorium fluoride reactors are safe reactors that have very little chance of going thermonuclear or ever having a disaster. But anybody who talks about thorium fluoride, in fact, he was doing research on it, and he disappeared. Don't know where he is. If you look up thorium fluoride, see if I'm lying.
I don't want
to. See if I'm lying.
I don't want to disappear.
And this program you was in, the CIA.
You guys have a hypnotic style factor going to the place over this guy makes them exude a very robotic aura. Yes, that's a DMT. That's a DMT experience. Yes. Yeah.
What was the role of the CIA with this school you were in, Emile?
I mean, it's already a known thing. They were recruiting. They were recruiting people. I got suspended too many times. But I did continue it in La Crescenta and La Cañada, California, and I got to go to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory there, which was wild.
Was there any more Mensa people that were in your school or class? Was there like a higher percentage of higher IQ pupils?
I sent you that information. It's 130 or above to qualify. I sent you the information in that link. Did you see it?
No. I've got 3 links. I've got 2 YouTube videos and the aircraft one. I don't. It might have been. Oh no! Wait. There's a PDF. Hang on a second.
Yeah. I'll show you.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. One moment, please. Oh wait, it's a JPEG. Oh wait, I think this is the corrupted file. Yeah, this is just, it doesn't open on my.
Just look up gifted and talented education and UCLA.
What do you think about Disney? You're being asked, Emile.
What do you mean?
What do you think about Disney? Is that a mind control company?
Oh man, I mean, what do you? Come on, dude. I mean, they're in bed with the Nazis. He made a movie with Werner von Braun. What are you talking about, dude? I mean, like, please, bro. He was one of the original, neocons, bro. Come on, man. That guy. He made Nazi super. Yes, Disney but you know what? Disney's gonna fail because of their whole DIE and what they're doing with Star Wars. It's like watching them lose money. It's so hilarious, man. You know, put a QQQ in front of your questions. What does that mean?
Oh, it's for the side chat so that we can identify questions quicker. That's all.
Give me questions. What do you want to know, man?
Yeah. Oh, they'll ask. But do you know it's fascinating, man? I'm still trying to get over the gold thing. To be perfectly honest.
But Ron, I'm so glad that this is the first time we talked. What did I tell you before we went on? I said I'm gonna straighten you. I'm gonna sort you out today. I'm gonna sort you out, man.
Oh, no, you didn't sort me out. You ruined my brain. Okay. Like this is all I'm going to, as soon as I finish work, I'm going to go through and try and explain all this to my fiance, and I'm going to be like,
when
no real gold, right? That's what's I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's wild because you know what's crazy is that even with all these physicists who are like, it still doesn't add up. Like with their well, a lot of magical things would have to happen to have all the gold on our planet, and it is pretty amazing. But like you said, back to Fort Knox, it is amazing that it is the one thing. Like when Roosevelt was like made it illegal to own gold. Remember?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, made it a $10,000 fine or what 9 months in jail, right? Yeah.
And then there's the whole suspicious of like every currency coming off the gold standard, which never made any sense to me.
Oh man, I mean, you want to go deep? Like, look, after
we're not deep.
After he got listen. First of all, after he got all that gold,
yeah,
and he bought it for 65 cents an ounce or something, or $65 an ounce, or something crazy, or $35 an ounce. The Rockefellers ended up buying it and taking it over to Denmark, and they made a 7,500% gain on their investment. Like he literally, and not to jump around, but like, don't you find it amazing that the Rockefellers want to do the UAP disclosure and the Mellons? Don't you think? I mean. By the way, this whole thing with Stephen Greer and Lou Elizondo, where do you sit, buddy?
I'm gonna just hand this one over to Shaun because my answer would take too long. My answer would take too long if I was
no. It's not too long. It's not too long. I mean, it's like listen, are you a George St. Pierre guy? Are you a Tito Ortiz guy? I mean,
I'm a George St. Pierre guy.
100%.
100%.
And the real and you know what's really funny? Anytime someone talks about a religion and Christianity and talks about and then the H word comes up, they're like, oh, we hate, and you're like, this guy doesn't, he's not religious. Same thing. If Stephen Greer was happy about disclosure, he should just be happy about disclosure. He shouldn't care about, you know, who's in charge of the disclosure, or that I seriously doubt that he turned down $6 billion. Like I just don't see it. Now with Lou Elizondo, I know people in special operations. It's like the Aryan Brotherhood, blood in, blood out. He ain't out. Okay, I don't. Yeah, he ain't out.
Are you ready for some quick fire questions? You got 10 questions have come in.
I'm gonna go and grab a quick drink. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Did they come and get the gold from the ocean?
Duh.
What do you know about the RAF Bentwaters alien craft landing?
The RAF and the MOD, baby. Well, what is the one in Scotland that they just that was in the recent? Did you look up the one in Scotland? It's called Cahill. Is it Cahill, Scotland?
I'm not hip to any of this, man. This is your.
Where's the Scotsman? Cahill UFO.
He's gone for a break. All right, here's your next question. Are you psychic?
No, I wish. I mean, I don't know. No.
All right, next question. Why are they hiding parts of Antarctica on Google Maps, the area where Admiral Byrd allegedly flew?
Yeah, Bird's story ended up being bullshit, but again, there are parts of the Antarctic. I honestly, it's one of those things. If you really want to talk about, forget the Antarctic, talk about the pyramid in Alaska. That's a lot. That's a lot more sketchy.
All right, get your quick fire questions in, folks. Next one is the Royal Mint the same as Fort Knox?
That's you, man. I don't know how the Brits keep it. You tell me.
Same scamming, yes. All right. What do you know about gelatin?
Like gelatin, as in like Jello.
Gelitin.
I don't know. I have to look it up. Don't know.
All right. Have you ever met Danny Tenaglia
Yes.
and DJ Ed?
Yeah, I did. No, DJ would. Yes, I met and DJ Wood Danny Telly. I love that guy. He's great.
Are we
Go ahead.
Are we gay kids pretty unique characters?
Oh, another gay kid. Yeah. I mean, anybody in the program will tell you it was a little weird. It didn't make a whole lot of sense, you know. And then you're taking kids from like. Listen, we know from Ted Kaczynski, especially Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. You don't take kids from middle school to universities. It's just not a good, you know what I mean? You just don't do it. You don't take them to computer labs. You don't take them to parapsychology laboratories. You just don't do it. Yeah, we're unique characters. I don't know what they did to our brains.
Do things live inside the earth?
Yeah.
Where is the Alaskan pyramid?
Good question. You can look it up. People have tried to find it and look for it. I mean, there's definitely something there. Definitely.
Why do you think the Admiral Byrd story is BS?
Well, because I'll have to get into it. There was a guy that does something called Y-Files, and there was a book that he. But I definitely think there was something there. Did Buzz Aldrin go to Antarctica? No, but
cheers.
Everyone the astronauts. You know what? If you would ask me 20 years ago if I believed in the moon landings, I don't know now. I just don't know. I don't.
Why were the writings of the Bible stopped?
Okay, here's a good one. Here's a good one. You want to solve religions with me? Let's solve religions. You ready? Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Everybody on board? Okay.
Yep.
So difference. I am Armenian Orthodox, and my mom is Catholic. So the only difference is what? The Book of Enoch, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, follow me on this. You're gonna like this one. This is a good one. This could be a good stand-up bit.
Yeah, you had me at Enoch.
Or Enoch, right?
Yep.
Now, Enoch said he went to a place, exact number, 20 years away, right? He went to a place 20 years away, came back. Enoch has some pretty wild children, right? What are kids' names? Kids' names are Jacob, Jonah, Noah, Methuselah, right? Every one of these kids have something in common. They all saw a silver whale. They built an ark, right? So remember his kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the New Testament, which is wild, they bring him up one time in Genesis, right? And they go, Enoch was the only person that walked with God, right? You with me so far?
Yep.
Right. So how can you bring up a guy once and then talk about his kids, right? So what I think we have, and by the way, he met some angels, Gabriel. Remember Gabriel. This is very important, right? So Gabriel, amazing angel. He heralded the birth of Christ, talked to John the Baptist, right? Important guy, right? Right? He also carried and ascended Jesus Christ up to heaven, right? Gabriel, right?
Yep.
You still with me, right?
Yep.
Okay, now, how far away did Enoch go?
20 years.
Okay, great. We have records of Jesus up until what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 20 equals.
31.
So he goes. So what we have here is a custody battle. Jesus is a custody. Hold on. Jesus is a custody battle. So he has to spend time with mom for dad for a little bit, right?
Yeah, custody. I'm listening, Emil. You can't sit there and not expect me to make a tiny joke when you're saying Jesus.
No, you're right. No, it is a joke. Okay, but
I'm following you. I'm following you, bro.
He has to hold on. He has to spend time with dad, and then he has to spend time with mom. Okay, because it's shared custody, right?
Stepdad.
Okay, so then he goes 20 years, goes spend time with dad. Dad shows him how to do tricks. Mind you, before then he didn't do any of that stuff, right? He goes somewhere for 20 years, comes back, walking on water, turns water to wine. He's got all these tricks, right?
Yeah.
Right? Then they crucify him. So then he goes back to dad and he goes, hey, man, I really want to spend time with mom. He's like, they killed you, right? Right? He's like, yeah, but I really want to spend time with mom's side of the family. He goes, but, they crucified you and killed you. And, so I this is a custody battle. That's what I'm telling you. So now let's talk about Gabriel, right?
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
No. I'm not even going to pretend like asking this question will make it make any more sense. Okay. So Jesus was a normal guy, and then he goes 20 years away and comes back, and that's when all of the miracles happen. Is that right? That's right. What you're saying. Okay, right. Good. Yeah, I'm following you. That's fine. Because yeah, I mean, again, you've ruined my brain again. I'm just saying.
Okay. Now, who comes to Muhammad to tell him that he is a prophet? Bloody hell, man.
No, don't bloody hell me. Give me a second.
Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus. I'm going to, what the boss said. No.
Gabriel the angel.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Uh-huh. So he's literally our Tom Brady, bro. Like, he is our Tom Brady. Like, he's in every religion, right? And he is like how can he be a saint here and a devil there, right? Because if Gabriel came back, he'd go, hey, what are you doing over there? Oh, it's Easter. Oh, what are you doing over there? It's Christmas. Oh, what are you doing? It's Hanukkah. Oh, that's Ramadan. You're supposed to celebrate them all, you dummy. They're all the same. You know what I'm saying? He is the one thread through all of these religions, but yeah, and by the way, there's proof that he might have visited Buddha as well. I mean, I'm just saying Gabriel should be our MVP for they should be more focused on yeah.
That makes sense.
Gabriel causes some trouble, doesn't he? I mean, maybe
he sounds like a goddamn rascal.
But again, back to Enoch, right? And this custody battle thing, right?
Sure.
I don't think God was trying to save humanity. I think he was just trying to save Enoch. I think Enoch was just trying to save his half siblings. What, right? Jonah, Jacob, Noah. I mean, he's like, listen, he's gonna save me. Everybody get on board, and you'll be my plus ones. Right? I
honestly didn't think you were going to top getting arrested for breaking the laws of physics, but Jesus in the custody battle is just.
It's a custody battle. Tell me he didn't spend time with mom and dad.
But you understand? We're all learning stuff here. We're all, as much as you want to watch Shaun crease himself, right? And we're all learning stuff here. Like, this is, you're making really good points.
Rosie's confused as to why.
Again, even in the book of Enoch, it's like the Lord of the Rings. It's like the most amazing story, because what happens is you have these guys, the Watchers, right?
Yeah.
And then right, and then God goes fishing for a weekend, and God goes fishing for a weekend, and one of these guys is like, hey man, have you seen the women of man? Have you taken a look at him? He's like, yeah, bro, but we're not supposed to go down there. He's like, look, he's gone he's gone for the weekend. He ain't gonna
Yeah,
know. He ain't gonna know shit. So
He's been
listen.
swiping right all day, son. You know what I'm saying? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
right. Listen, we'll go down there, have our way, ain't no big deal.
Yep.
God comes back, unloads his fishing gear, goes, "What's this?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And here's the best part: does he smite people? Does he take his wrath out on man? No,
Oh,
they
yeah.
go
He
to
turns them into rock goblins.
no, they go to trial.
Okay.
That's what's the most amazing part. They
Okay.
go to trial, and the other watchers go, "Hey, man, it wasn't us. It was this dude, Lucifer, this guy. It was him." And he's like, "Me? You guys were down there too. Here's the Nephilim. There was a
Yep.
trial." That all of that makes more sense. And what did they do? They took it all out. They took it all out. Whatever, man.
Yeah. I actually heard they found 1,000 bottles of lube as well, and that was what made the whole suspicion of the party real for these goddamn scamps of a goddamn set of angels. But it's,
Well, I mean, they can't even admit that there were giants. I mean, like they find bones. I mean, like all of this stuff. Like when I told you I went to Guatemala and I seen these. It was wild. I mean, I went to these a place called Tikal, and I told him I wanted to go to the lake at night, and the guy's like, "Oh, do you want to go to the lake? Do you have to take this?" And he gave me a flare gun, a noisemaker, and a hat with two faces. And I said, "For what?" And he goes, "The Jaguars." I go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he goes, "Yeah, the Jaguars."
yeah, you gotta have. I don't. But yeah, you gotta have the hat with the two faces, man. Or they will get you. They will
Yeah.
get you. Yeah.
And like 20 people a year get snatched up like ninjas.
Yep.
Up into the trees.
It's the realness. It's the realness, man.
Oh, bro, they have a snake called the fertile lance that stands up like 4.5 feet high.
Nah.
And I'm hiking through there, and I'm like, how long before I get bit? And he goes, "Oh, you have approximately 45 minutes." I'm like, "Well, how far is the hospital?" He's like, 1 hour, 20 minutes. I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna make it." You know, like that's 20 minutes too long before I get bit.
You don't have to do be a Mensa guy to do that math. I'll tell you that right now.
But the point is,
adding up here, mate.
but the point is, you get there and you look at these